when the door closes in front of me, the door of the childcare, I started crying, literally crying. I was thinking, like, what more important do I have right now to not be with my kid? And I made a promise to myself at this time, if I need to spend time not with my kid but doing something else, this something else needs to bring me more energy and deliver more value to the world.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to From a Woman to a Leader. And I'm your host, Limor Bergman Gross, and I'm excited to introduce my guest today. Her name is Leila Lahbabi. And Leila was a strategy consultant in France, and she left it all, moved back to Morocco, and built 2 companies and a book called $1 Billion Purpose. And this episode for you, if you're looking at your life that looks great on paper, but you think it looks good, but it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel like it's mine. If you believe that asking for help means you're weak or broken, stay tuned to this episode and this conversation with Leila, because Leila and I get into all of it. And it's an honest conversation in the way that I love. So let's dive right in. Hi, Leila, how are you?
Hi, Limor. I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Great to have you here. And I wanted to start maybe by the transition you made. I know that you now live in Morocco, right?
Yes.
And you used to live in France, and you made a big transition. And you mentioned something to me. You said that you lost yourself trying to meet everyone else's expectations. What did that actually look like day to day?
This is a great question to start. So thank you for asking. We're directly going into it.
Yeah, I'm diving right in.
I love that. So how it looks like is, without giving all the background, if you want just a signal, is everything looks good outside, like your career looks good, your house looks good, your life looks good. But inside, you're like, I don't really find that this is something for me. It looks good, but for me, or maybe, yeah, this is success, but I don't feel motivated to go to work every day. Or this is a nice place to live in, but I want my heart wants to be somewhere else. So and there's guilt, a lot of guilt, which is I'm not supposed to be feeling this way. Like a lot of people have not succeeded. Why are you angry at yourself? You should love yourself more. You should be grateful for what you have. I mean, look at what you have, And so there is guilt. And sometimes there is this connection between what I felt is between where I live in, the discussions that I'm having, and what I think inside. I'm like having discussions about, I don't know, like the next business and the strategy. So I used to be a strategy consultant. And I'm like, yeah, is this really important right now? Or feeling that you're actually not doing something for yourself, but you're doing it for people to like you.
You're saying it was mostly like external validation that you're successful, but internally, like there was a gap between how you're perceived externally, like you're doing great, you're working in a prestige consulting firm, you're successful from the outside, but internally you feel not aligned. It doesn't excite you. You feel like you're not in the right place.
Yeah. And like to give a concrete example, I was having really great salary during weekdays. And at some point I started doing mindfulness sessions during weekends. And like, the salary that I had for this 1 hour session of mindfulness, it was around $20 or $30. Okay. And the happiness that I felt, going out from this session and feeling energized, I had share something with people. I delivered value. I feel that in my place. And on the other hand, I feel that I have an amazing salary, but am I really giving everything into it? I even feel like they should not be paying me for that. This disconnection between how, yeah, so low amount, then I feel woo energized, and something which is big, and feeling like it's not it. So yeah, how to make what value comes from and how you deliver value and what you're paid for is something that's aligned with you and something that brings you, like you do it from passion, something that you feel alive doing, something that you feel you have an impact, that you feel you don't have to compromise between your life or your business.
Yeah.
And another trigger was when I had my first kid, and I was for the first time putting my little baby in childcare to go back to work. And at this time, when the door closes in front of me, the door of the childcare, I started crying, literally crying. I was thinking, like, what more important do I have right now to not be with my kid? And I made a promise to myself at this time, if I need to spend time not with my kid but doing something else, this something else needs to bring me more energy and deliver more value to the world. Yeah, so
Yeah.
those are the triggers that I had.
Yeah, so a lot of good wisdom you share here, Leila, that I want to encourage everyone listening to us, right? To check what you felt like disconnected from the external versus internal feeling. And also, like, you notice how exciting it can be, regardless of the compensation, but how it can look like when you're doing something meaningful. And also you said, okay, if I'm sacrificing time with my child, it better be worth it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. What was the hardest part of leaving that prestigious consulting firm in it was in France, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, ego. A
Ego.
lot of ego. Because, and also the feeling that I have to start from the beginning, which is not true actually. You're not starting from scratch. You already have developed some skills that you can reuse another way, somewhere else. And you can put the same energy, the same skills into something that energizes you. Nobody started from scratch. Starting from scratch is being a newborn, right? So we bring with us all the experience that we have gained through our personal and business and life experiments. We keep our connections, our networks. All that helps. All that helps more than I thought at that point. The other trigger, the other feeling was, what if I fail? I'm successful at something, and like to leave the success, to try something else without this, certitude that it's going to work. It's crazy. It's like there
Yeah.
is the fear, there is so there is the ego, there is what people will think about me. So there is a lot of disconnecting from what people see, what people want you to be, and reconnecting to your inner truth.
Back then, just to clarify, you decided, Leila, you decided to leave the consulting job that you had and start your own business. Did you know at that point what is this business is going to be about?
Yes, and not really. So at that point, I already had a side hustle that was my mindfulness academy, right? I was
Yeah.
teaching mindfulness to people, and it was mainstream and it was low tickets. So I couldn't actually
Yeah.
live with that. It's not sustainable over time. So I was like, yeah, this is something nice to have, But this will not replace the salary that I had. This will not allow me to have the same lifestyle. Let's not be, and I was like, let's not be selfish. You want to do something for you, but and now you have a responsibility. You have kids, you like, don't mess
Yeah.
it up, right? So yeah, there was a lot of responsibility. I had an idea that I wanted to bridge mindfulness with strategy because I love strategy work and I love mindfulness. And at that point, I was like, I just wanted to bridge the two, but I had no idea where that will land me. And I had some experiences that I loved. I did other projects that I didn't like. I just did them because at some point you need to make some money, right? So it was a replacement for the salary, but it was the same problem. But I had to go step by step by step and then find where I want to go. And today I'm like, okay, I want to help purpose driven businesses scale. So people that have a mission and that want to attract and retain talent and scale their businesses, I want them to make more money because those businesses are good for the world. They have great products. I want them to have people that work for them that are aligned with this mission because I mean, like happy workers have happy families. So we are preparing for the next generations. I want everyone to feel fulfilled in their work. Would that be through entrepreneurship or through working at a corporate? It doesn't really matter. But I had really to walk the path. And even today, to be fully honest with you, I know that this is what I'm doing, but I'm not close to this mission also evolving and growing over time.
Yeah, I think this is the beauty when you start business, you, as you mentioned, right, there's a lot of uncertainty. I'm not sure exactly what it will look like. I was the same, like when I left corporate, I knew that I wanted to help women in tech. I didn't know exactly how will this look like. And there's this beauty of like, yeah, I'm open to possibilities. So what I'm thinking right now may change and will not necessarily look like what I thought originally, or it can change in the future.
Absolutely. It can change in the future. And at the beginning, when I was saying what I just said about like my vision, I call it the $1 billion purpose movement. Everyone's like, what is the $1 billion purpose movement? This seems to be conceptual. And each time I was talking about it, everyone says this is conceptual. And then I wrote a book about it, and then they said, oh, it's still conceptual. And now that I'm working on the ground, I'm experiencing what I actually was teaching in the book without having this concrete on the job. So I defined it in my mind, then I did it with my hand, then I embodied it with my body, and then I continue moving with it. And sometimes I felt I was crazy. I really felt I was crazy. Like I was talking to people about what I wanted to build, and they're like, get a job.
Yeah. I think that, people are sometimes narrow minded. They look at it from their own perspective, right? And especially if your surrounding is people that are working as an employee. I don't know about you, but like my surrounding was mostly and still is for many, many of the people I know, like work as employees. And then you have an idea and they think, oh, you're just, it's crazy. Like, go and do something safe like I'm doing. Like, they just, in a way, they justify what they do as the right thing.
Yeah. And it's normal. I also experienced something that at the beginning I really felt sad about it, but then now I understand is I thought at the beginning when I will start my entrepreneurial journey that my surrounding and my friends will cheer me up.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a moment in the beginning when people around you cheer you up, and then when it actually starts working, it starts to be, for some of them, not all of them, triggering.
In what way?
Um, I mean, the support stops being here, you know? And sometimes, like, even people tell, no, you should go back. And it's like some people have some dreams and prefer to find validation in others that it is not possible, instead of saying, oh my god, this is inspiring, I can also do it. You have two ways of looking at it. You find someone who's inspiring, who has done a path that you want to follow, and you say, oh my god, this is so inspiring, how they did it, I want to do it as well. This is one way of looking at it. And then going through fear, and then doing the work. And then the other way of looking at it is saying someone who's walking the path, and either wanting to prove to yourself that they have failed, because at least I haven't taken this risk. Oh, they failed, now I'm good. I haven't taken the risk, I'm good. Or it's too hard. This is fine. This is understandable. This is human being human.
Yeah. And I think that kind of it's a lesson to everyone listening here, is to take external criticism with a grain of salt, because a lot of times those are good things. A lot of times those are just not reflecting on you, anything about you. It's more about the other person and how they feel and how you make them feel, right? I mean, if you're successful, it may make them feel, oh, how come I'm not doing that? So they're trying to find, flaws or criticism points. So tell me a little bit about this billion-dollar purpose. What does it mean?
I had this vision that grew, into me. It's not about only having billion-dollar businesses. It's a movement. It's creating an economy of value, an economy of great products, beautiful products that are amazing for customers and that are good for their health, that are, good for their lifestyle, that, bring really value to them, and have people bring that value and collect value back. The idea behind it is that it's self-sustaining economy. So when you say billion-dollar purpose movement, those are different companies working together, and they're the same purpose, the same conscious purpose. And while they're working together, what is interesting is we're bringing value without causing harm. And what really struck me is when I saw people having great missions, but then saying, oh, I should not be charging for that. This is for humanity. This is, yeah, but if you're not charging for that, how can you continue going on? So my big mission is to help people who are doing great things build this relationship with money. Money is safe, money is healthy, money is good for the world, money is good to fuel my mission, to make me do more great things on the world.
Agreed.
So this is what it is about, and I should not be ashamed to price my products correctly, because that will enable me to pay my people that are working for me and people that are bringing everything, and that will help me also have a great life, and go on travel with my family, and then spend great time and not be stressed about the money. So yeah, this is what billion-dollar purpose movement is made for, and the book Billion-Dollar Purpose is about how to actually attract, train, and retain high-performing talents to scale your business without burning out. So yeah, make it bigger, bigger, bigger.
Can you share maybe a tip or something from the book about how do you do that? How do you scale a business without burning out?
Yes. The first tip is your business is not you. And this is really important, because I see a lot of passionate entrepreneurs that I've worked with. They are so attached to their business that they actually become the bottleneck of the business. So no decision is taken without their consent, or is taken without them giving the go. It's not just about having more employees. It's not just about having more money. It's about delivering more of what I want into the world. And the second one is asking for help through talents, recognizing where we're good at and where we would need help. And this, when I talked about ego, This is so important because I love talking about this title, which is the Chief Executive Officer. And when we start out, we are actually more kind of Chief Everything Officer.
Yeah.
And I love doing this joke, or when clients come to me, like, I'm the CEO of my company. I'm like, which one? The executive or the everything?
Yeah.
It makes them laugh. Sometimes they don't like it. But yeah, it's actually true, you know? Like, taking distance from the business is what enables you to sustain yourself, because you can stop, relax your mind, relax your body with your business continuing. And the business in itself can continue and sustain beyond you, which is an even more beautiful mission. It's like, it's good for your health and it's good for the health of the business, because probably at the beginning you can do a lot of things and you'll rely on willpower to make it done, but willpower fades with time. So you feel it with willpower, you feel it with passion, and having someone who is better than you, recruiting someone who is better than you in one thing really specific and learning from them is an excellent leverage. So yeah, co-creating with others. They could be employees, they could be coaches, they could be suppliers, they could be service providers. We can open our mind to different possibilities. I know someone who has like an extremely big business and he's the only one, but it doesn't mean that he's working alone. And sometimes we confuse being the only one in the business and working alone. He works with a lot of suppliers, he works with a lot of service providers, he's being coached by a lot of people on specific subjects. So raising your hand is not an act of oh, I'm a coward, I am not able to do it. Or it's courage, humility, and it's strength, because you're looking at your reality as it is and not lying to yourself about the fact that you know everything. Because let's be honest, nobody on this earth knows everything, and we will find someone who is better than us in each skill that
Yes, of
we
course.
highlight. So yeah, this is important, I guess.
I agree. And you mentioned asking for help. Usually women, like, we're not so good at this. We're not so good at asking for help.
It's really true. Like when I work with men or when I work with women, it's really difficult. It's like men are like, yeah, let's help me, like
Yeah.
helping me. They see it as working for me, and the women sometimes see you're helping me like you're saving me. So I need to be saved, or I'm broken and need to be fixed. No, no. And this is something, you know, when we went into like women should be independent, should be doing it. Even my husband sometimes he's telling me, do you also need a coach for that? Really? A coach to write a book? You need a coach on your mindset? Do I need it? I don't know. Do I want it? Yes, I do want it. You know why? Because my time on this earth is limited. This guy or this woman has spent 10 years or 15 years of their lifetime focusing on that. So of course they're better than me in this. And I'm going to take these 15 years, and by paying for it in an hour session or in a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month mentorships, I'm going to get the juice of the 15 years. So yes, I'm doing it.
What else you want to share with our listeners today before we end?
First, trust your intuition. I had a lot of people tell me, don't write a book, don't do this kind of business, don't move to Morocco, you will not have business in Morocco, you won't have this, you won't have that. So
Yeah.
first, trust your intuition. Second, structure your plan and support around this to make it happen. And third, measure, reflect, and iterate. Each year, each 6 months, just sit with yourself to see what you have done, what has bring fruits, what hasn't. And focus on what brings fruit, focus on what is fun for you, focus on what's energizes you, and then you can cut the rest and keep going. That's it.
That's sounds so simple, but I know it's not so.
Why it's not. The process is simple. It's what's happening in our head that's making it difficult. I want to look at it. We are judging ourselves on how we do things. We are taking what others are telling us as being their truth to question our own truth, right? Sometimes you take an action and the results can come 1 year, 2 years, 3 years later. So the faith and the trust are important, and it's not always easy to keep the trust when there is a bill to pay, when there is a family to raise, when there are responsibilities. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's human nature.
for sure. And where can our listeners find you?
They can find me in LinkedIn. They can find me in Instagram. So in LinkedIn, it's more the scaling phase. So structure, scaling, everything which is strategy, business strategy. For those who are more interested about what I call the sovereign leader pathway, so finding your own self-governance, so the personal side, is on Instagram, and the book is available. Building the
Okay,
Life Purpose is available on Amazon.
perfect. I'll put all the links. Thank you so much, Leila. It's been fun talking to you today.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much for listening to the episode. I hope it was valuable for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcasting platform and share it with any woman who needs to hear it. And I'll see you next week. Bye.